Step 2, you are what you affirm. Welcome, everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT. I'm here today as your therapist and as your coach to help you transform your stress, tension, and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. So this Thursday, I wanted to center in on our step number 2. The last few weeks, I've been revolving and teaching you the elements of step number 1, which is you are what you think. And I beg your pardon. This is step number 3. You are what you affirm. I'm going to start that again. Step 3. You are what you affirm. So the last few weeks, we've been centering around step number 2, which is you are what you think. And with that, we focused in on meditation, the pitfalls of meditation. What does a meditator think about? So this particular step, we're actually discussing how, especially in between times where you're sat reading, times where maybe you just start with a few seconds, a few minutes of meditation, well, what about that huge gap in between the next time you get an opportunity to read a book, which captures your attention, which captures your, inspires you and raises your levels of positivity, which are vastly going to improve your healing, your health, and your happiness. And that's the essence of my message to share with you, is that don't forget, this is why I share that number 1 has got to be focused around your mindset, because that is the all-encompassing factor to your physiology from my experience. In the sense of you can have all sorts of things happening to your body, but if your mind is able to push through, persevere, have great courage, tenacity, determination, perseverance, and is able to revolve around, hey, how can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? I guarantee it will be a very different outcome. Your healing will increase, your disease will reduce, and you'll find you have just a different perspective to roll from. Because we are going to face challenges in our life, many outer problems, and we deal with them all day, every day. But I'm speaking here specifically the outer problem of this very body. Every night that we fall asleep, an amazing thing happens. This body that we normally see, grasp tightly onto, and invest so much time and money in preserving and caring for, completely disappears. Where does it go? Well, obviously, you're just going to come back and say, well, it's on the bed, it's sleeping. On one level, yes, but what happens with your state of mind at that time? Do you experience any stress, tension, pain when you are sleeping? To which you should answer, no, but it wakes me up, because that's the common answer when I ask my patients. So yes, on one level, it's true that tension and pain may wake you up, but if that's the case, it woke you up and now your physical senses are all sharing information about the position of your body, the condition of your body, and back in this body. But what happened when you were actually asleep? Where did you go? What was the experience? I'm going to talk about this in another session, but I just want you to think about that. What happens every night that you fall asleep? Where does this body that you normally grasp onto and associate with, where does it go? And what happens with your state of mind at that time? The important message to the essence of this is every night you fall asleep, you fall into a very deep state of mind. And that deep state of mind is something that you can achieve within a state of meditation without actually being asleep. And that deep state of mind is very blissful, very peaceful. So step number 3 is you are what you affirm. This is all important in between those times of step number 1 and 2, where you have lots of time now interacting and going about your busy day, what's happening in the behavior of your mind. Remember last week we looked at our 3 best friends, the best friends you're ever going to need in life, which are mindfulness, alertness, and conscientiousness. And hopefully in this last week, you've had a chance to explore a bit more about what they are, maybe started to pay attention to them coming up in your mind, and then starting to actually use those best friends to your service in the sense of controlling your mind in between a meditation especially. You are what you affirm. What we're referring to here is what is a line of reasoning, a short quote, or an affirmation, and it might even be just a single word that's going to invoke and change your state of mind. Because remember, wherever you go, there you are. So if you have the capacity to observe your mind, Notice when it's going down a pathway that's going to lead to more stress, tension, and pain. What does that mean? Usually it means you're dwelling about something that's happened in the past. You're exaggerating what's still happened, what, again, happened in the past. It's not even happening to you anymore. But you're reviewing it over and over and over. You're playing the same reel. Remember, if you keep doing the same things over and over, you're going to get the same results. If you want different results, start doing things differently. First and foremost, start thinking differently. And this is the pathway to help you to do that. The other avenue is that you're traveling forward in time. That's when you start to get anxious. You're anticipating what could happen, may happen. Again, that's the mind traveling forward in time. It's thoughts. All of these are associated with thoughts. You have the capacity to be able to control them. And one way to do this, again, with step number 3, is this affirmation idea. So quotes, affirmations, lines of reasoning. Just channel your mind back to that line of reasoning or affirmation. Now, if you want to go get some affirmations that I'm talking about more specifically, if you're coming into the clinic, you can get these directly from me for free. There are a short list here of some of my favorite attitudes of health. So I'll read a couple for you. Let's go to this side. These more that I create my life. I create the exact amount of my health success. So it's an empowering statement, and it's something that you can just state in your mind. You don't have to do it out loud. If you want to do it out loud, do it by yourself, I recommend. You don't get any other reactions and it doesn't disturb your mind. And just repeat them over and over throughout your day. This is a line of reference that you can go back to at any point of the day. I'm stronger and healthier because of my past suffering. So we're learning to transform what's happened to us. My capacity to attain and sustain health expands day by day. I get healthy doing what I love. I control my body, my mind, food, and my recovery, my real creators of health, happiness, and vitality. I listen to and I know my body and mind better than anyone else. I live in health, happiness, vitality, and abundance. There's so many out there. Again, these are within my book as well. I've given you a short list. I've given you a website link. So if you don't come into the clinic to get one of these, just go to my website, which is detailed in my book. And there's a specific page where I'm giving away some free tools. And one of these is the affirmation card. You can download it, put it on your smartphone, put it on your any digital device for that matter. It's a PDF. You can just download it. And also then get this book whilst it's still free. It's not going to be free forever. And we're looking specifically at step number 3, you are what you affirm. And just to finalize this seed of you are what you affirm, just to read from my book directly. So the great work of Dr. Masaru Emoto. In his book, The Hidden Messages in Water, he uncovers the incredible power of word choice. Word choice is related to affirmations. In his experiments, he took water samples, froze them, and examined their crystal formation through high-speed photography. His results were profound. Just a single word, either spoken to or written on the vessel of the water sample, was enough to change the composition to create symmetrical or asymmetrical patterns in the crystals. Water that was exposed to loving words showed brilliant, complex, and colorful snowflake patterns. In contrast, water exposed to negative thoughts formed incomplete, asymmetrical patterns with dull colors. Now consider your choice of thoughts for the past couple of hours. Have they been powerful enough to create symmetry or asymmetry in your trillions and trillions of cells? The beauty of Dr. Emoto's research is that transformation can still take place even when your cells are asymmetrical. Nothing is permanent. Turn your frown upside down, change your line of thinking, and your cells will respond accordingly. Wow, how powerful is that? Have you ever been to any health practitioner that shared that with you before? Any doctor, any naturopathic doctor, any therapist, anybody in your life? These are powerful messages, and I hope you get a chance. Go download this while it's still free and available to you. Just go to jasonbarlowrmt.com. Read more about this, and in the back of my book, I've got an appendix with a whole cascade of other books that relate to everything I'm sharing. If you want to dive deeper, there's your opportunity to do that. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you found that of benefit. I want you to pay attention now using your mindfulness, alertness, and conscientiousness as to what thoughts are coming up in your mind. Because remember, you have on average 75,000 a day. So what are you doing to navigate that 75,000? And what are you doing to help increase the positive influence of those 75,000 so that they actually help create momentum for you for more health, happiness, and vitality in your life? Thank you for joining me. Go get that free digital book whilst you can. We'll see you guys tomorrow for my book of the week. And remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority.